presenting at a party, so I'm a little nervous. And don't count it against me if I bobble and fumble around for a bit. So I just want to welcome everybody and thank you so much, Lavon, for hosting the party. And I know we're going to have a lot of fun tonight because this is some fun stuff. I'm telling you, I'm really excited about this. And the reason I do Norwex is because I needed a way to supplement my income. I was full-time at Texoma Christian School this year, and I'll be part-time, but I'll be part-time next year because our numbers weren't as big the upcoming year as they were in the past year. So I knew I needed to supplement my income. And I just gave it in God's hand. I said, God, you know what I need to do, you know how to best provide for me. Well, like 2 days after I find this news out and I'm praying, I get an invitation to a Norwex party from one of the other teachers that lives just right over here. And so I'd heard the word before, and I'd heard people say they really liked it, so I thought, well, I'll just go and see what it's all about. And let me tell you that I'm a person that hates housekeeping. I always felt like I was wasting my time, that I was just wetting my dirt and moving it around. And I never felt like I was getting anything clean, and 2 days later it was dirty again. And so I just didn't do housekeeping because I knew my husband would do it if it got bad enough, and I do laundry. Laundry's my thing, and I like it done a certain way. So I own laundry, and I let him do housekeeping. But when I went to this party, I was absolutely blown away. I was like, I cannot even believe this. And so I thought about it. I was going to get a starter kit, and I kept thinking, and she told me the consultant is another teacher at TCS. And believe me, at TCS, we are not there because we make a lot of money. It's a mission for us. I mean, we make way less than public school teachers do. So I was talking to her about it, and she told me what a great business opportunity this is. And the starter kit that I got with all the stuff that you see here only cost me $10. And as long as I sell $2,000 worth of stuff in 90 days, I get to keep all of it. And at first I thought, $2,000, oh my goodness, that's an awful lot. But I mean, this stuff just sells like, I mean, people fall in love with it just like I did. And so I've already hit my first goal, and I'm real close to making my second. So I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity tonight. Anybody that spends at least $50 or that signs up to host a party tonight is gonna get a free body cloth. And just as my kind of thank you. So as we go along, if you have questions, let me know. But anyway, so I started this because I needed to supplement my income. But I've always had kind of a passion about, I've never been not able to work, but I always have tried to do something that helps people in some kind of ways. I've done long-term health care, worked with the developmentally disabled, I work at TCS now. And so that was another reason I was so excited about this stuff, is because I'm teaching people how to clean easier, more effectively, and do it less often, and actually get your house disinfected and kill the germs while you're cleaning. So that's why I'm really excited to share this with you. So when I went to my party and we got it to the end and we handed out the catalog, and I was just like overwhelmed. I was like, oh my gosh, I want everything. I want everything I saw. And then I couldn't decide, and so I went back and forth. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to show you the 5 things that you need to get started. And if you get these 5 things, that's enough to get your house cleaner, and it'll make a vast improvement in your house. And then if you really love the stuff like I do, you can host a party like Vaughn is, and you get stuff for you. The more people buy, the more stuff you get for free. So that's why I'm just really excited about this opportunity. So we're going to start tonight. We're going to start with our workhorse. This is called our EnviroCloth. This will pretty much clean any surface in your entire house. Granite tops, furniture, wood. I mean, you can use it on anything. And it not only cleans, it disinfects as it's cleaning. And I'll explain to you why these great cloths work like this. So the great thing about Norwex, though, is you've got all these different cloths for different things. And if you're like me, you're like, oh man, I can't remember what this is for. But it's got a little tag right here. All of our products that have what we call a backlock system, which is our disinfecting system, have this little tag, and it tells you exactly what it's for and what you can use it on. So this one is great because you can use it on almost anything. We've been in this house for 4 years, and I love my granite countertops, but I could not find anything that would make them shiny. They were dull, they were filmy, they were, you know, and I would just wipe them all the time and nothing. And I tried 7 or 8 different things, and I can clean my countertops. You can see them how shiny they are from here. Clean them with this rag and water, and they're shinier than I've ever had them in my entire 4 years I've been in this house. So the great thing about this cloth is it's so flexible. And it is from microfiber, and you're probably thinking, oh, I've got microfiber. It's not that special. I don't even really like it sometimes because it's scratchy and it catches on my skin, but you'll just feel that, how soft it is.
It's nice.
Well, you guys don't feel one of that.
That is one of my big pet peeves. I hate the way they
Yeah.
feel. That's my worst.
Yeah,
texture thing.
Yeah, because it'll stick on my skin. But these cloths are all so soft. The body cloth, I just love the body cloth. But we'll get to that later. So, what's so special about this microfiber is that in order for any product to say they're microfiber, the fibers that make them up have to be 1/6 of the width of a human hair. Well, in Norwex, in the EnviroCloth and our other cloths, these fibers are 1/200th of a human hair. And so there's a whole lot of fiber in this cloth, and there's a whole lot of surfaces. So it's got a lot more pockets that can grab and hold on to particles. So that's why you can get the surfaces really clean. I mean, these stores were filthy when I started cleaning them, and you would just clean it and come off, and it was great. The other thing that's really special, and this is a kind of a special EnviroCloth, it's got this little scrubby thing, so that if you've got something that's really like stuck on or whatever, you've got a little scrubby surface. And we have the other kind we have that's just plain, and it just looks like this without the little scrubby thing. But it's got a little pocket you put your hand in. I think that's pretty cute. So anyway, the other thing that is so special about these microfibers is they're different from any microfiber you will ever find, because they've got the patented backlock system. And what that is, our fibers are infused with microsilver. And if you have been involved in the healthcare industry at all, you know what the health benefits of silver are. You've probably heard of colloidal silver. Nobody's heard of that. That's like a vitamin supplement you take. If you've been burned real bad, you may have gotten Silvadine, which is, it heals wounds. Well, the great thing about silver is it's antimicrobial, it's antifungal, and it's antibacterial. Germs cannot survive in a silver environment. So you're cleaning your house with a silver environment, and you're actually disinfecting and killing 99.9% of all the germs in your house by using these cloths and water. And I don't know about you guys, but all the chemicals that we use are very harmful to our bodies. It's like poison to our bodies. And so when we clean with chemicals and we're getting them on our hands and on our skin, that's getting into our system. And so I had already been trying to use more all natural products. I was making my own laundry soap and my own shampoo and different things, but that's, first of all, very time consuming. And second of all, you know, you're just having to take extra time to do stuff. So when I found out I could clean my house without chemicals and using only water, I was really excited about it. And I'll show you pictures in a little while, all the stuff that I got rid of and I'm replacing with what I'm showing you tonight. And I mean, it was 4 boxes full of stuff and all different, I mean, there was a ton of stuff that I'm getting out of the house. And the problem also is, like, when you're washing your clothes and that stuff, it's staying in your clothes, it's not getting out, it's getting on your skin. And I firmly believe that, you know, because you hear people talk about eating clean, you know, eating all natural foods, eating all organic. Well, with Norwex, you're cleaning clean. You're getting the dirt out of your house and out of your environment, and you're disinfecting as you go. So it's much healthier for you. It's much easier because it gets clean quicker and you don't have to do it as often. So that is the great thing about the Norwex microfiber. So any of our products that have that infused silver, they've got this little tag on them, and it'll tell you what it's for. Even our mop system and everything has the little backlock tag. So these things are so easy to use, but they're also easy to take care of. You can use the same cloth all week. And you know how sometimes your dish towel and your dish rag, after about the third day, it starts to smell really bad? That's because it's not killing the germs. The germs are getting on there and they're staying on there. Well, they don't stay on these cloths. You can clean all the surfaces in your house. You can clean your kitchen counters, then you can go clean your bathrooms. You can clean around your toilet. You can clean in your bathtub. Some people even say you can clean the inside of the toilet with it, but I can't go there yet. So, but I am going to get one of those toilet brushes that they have because I really like that. And I'm getting off track. So you can clean all day long. You clean and clean and clean. Get to the end of the day, and each time you finish cleaning a thing, you want to rinse it under hot water until the water runs clear. And then just wring it up, hang it up to dry, use it again, hang it up to dry, use it, hang it up. At the end of the day, when you're done using it, you rinse it under really hot water, and you use what we call the PAR system. It's P-A-R. You press the cloth together, and you press down the whole length of the cloth, and then you agitate it real well, and just kind of rub it together really, really good. And what you're doing is you're reactivating the silver. So then you rinse it again, and then you wring it really good and hang it to dry. Then you don't use it again until it's completely dry. So each cloth needs to be completely dry once in a 24-hour period. So as you know, if you do it at 8 o'clock tonight, I'll do it at 8 o'clock. Then if it's dry at 8 o'clock in the morning, I can use it again. Otherwise, I just use a different one for that day, and I go back and forth. So that's the really great thing about these. Then at the end of the week, you just round all your cloths up, throw them in the washing machine, and you wash them on hot water. And you have to use a detergent that doesn't have any additives, fillers, perfumes, dyes, oils, anything like that, because anything like that is going to get in the cloths and they're not going to be as effective. But once a week you wash it, you've got to use the same cloth all week. So just think of if you don't have to go get paper towels to wipe up a spill, and you can just wash it with this and wash it out and use it at the end of the day. So you're saving on a ton of paper that just goes into our landfills, and we all know the situation our landfills are in. You're using chemicals that are harmful to your system, and that, you know, if they stay on the surface, they could be harmful to your pet, if your pet licks stuff, because our pets lick stuff. It could be harmful to your children or to your family. So again, you're getting the chemicals out of your house, you're cutting down on paper waste, and so it's better for you, it's better for the environment, it's better for your family, it's just better all the way around. So that is what I love about these cloths. And I think about at school, what do we use to clean everything? Clorox wipes, right? Every teacher's got Clorox wipes. They wipe it down at the end of the day.
Chemicals.
Yeah. Well, the problem with like your Clorox wipes and your Lysol disinfectant spray and your Lysol kitchen cleaner, where they say, oh, this is 99.9% effective, right? And so you think, oh, I'm wiping the surface, it's gonna be clean. Well, the problem is we don't really read the instructions. So if you look on the back of your Clorox wipes or your Lysol kitchen cleaner or whatever that disinfecting product is, if you'll notice on the front where it says 99.9%, there's this little asterisk next to it. When you turn it around and read the label, it only kills 99.9% of about 5 to 8 bacteria viruses. And usually they're not ones you're gonna have in your home. It's ones that are in the hospital, like Staphylococcus, Streptococcus. You don't have a lot of those kind of germs in your house. You have your dog's yucky feet when he walks in from the pond that has, who only knows what's in that pond. That's the kind of germs you have in your house. So you're not really killing the germs that you think you are. The other thing about it is it says it's only effective if you use it according to directions. Have you ever read the directions? On Clorox wipes, for instance, it says you have to use enough cloth to keep the surface wet for 5 to 10 minutes. Does anybody do that? Nobody I know. You'd have to use a half a box of wipes on every time you used them to keep it wet for that long. Or you have to spray the surface until it stays wet for 10 minutes. Well, nobody does that. So first of all, you're not killing as many germs as you're only killing 8 things. And you're not really killing those because you're not following the package directions. So the products that we are using that we think are making our house clean really aren't. The great thing about these cloths is, like I said, germs can't live in a silver environment. So you're really killing all the germs in your house. Not just the 8, they're on the back of the thing that aren't even in your house anyway. So that is just what I like about these systems. Because there's 3 ways to clean anything. You can clean it thermally, you can clean it chemically, or you can clean it mechanically. And a good way to think about thermal killing, that's like superheating it, you know? So just for instance, if there's a weed in your yard, you can hope that the sun kills it, like it did, you know, to Jonah, little plane he had, but that usually doesn't happen because it rains so much that it just breeds more weeds. Or you can get out your Roundup spray, and we all know how harmful Roundup is. I mean, you know, that's causing all kinds of complications in people. You can get out your chemical spray and kill it that way. Or you can get your super duper weed picker-upper and get the thing out of your yard, pull it up by the roots, and throw it in the trash, and it's gone. Well, that's what you're doing when you're cleaning with, you're cleaning mechanically when you clean with this, because you're really getting the dirt out. Because like I said, one thing I forgot to say. So I explained to you that it's 1/200th of a human hair, right? There's all these fibers woven in there together. If you were to unravel this into one long string, do you know how long? You guys can't answer because you were there. Do you know how long that string would be? What do you think? How many miles?
2 miles.
2 miles. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know, 5 miles.
What do you think, Marcy?
I think 10 miles.
Okay, over 1,800 miles worth of fiber in this one cloth. It will stretch all the way from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico.
Wow.
So when you think about all of that fiber in this, think of how many surfaces there are and nooks and crannies. So you're wicking all the dirt away and you're getting it out. And then you rinse your cloth off and it all goes down the drain. Instead of up in the air, or you just kind of moved it around and again, you know, 2 days later it's dirty. It's dirty again. So you're really cleaning your house, you're really disinfecting your house, you're cutting down on paper waste, and you're making your house a healthier environment for your family, and you're helping the environment of the world. So that is kind of the Norwex mission, is to help you clean easier, clean more effectively, clean less often, and be good for the environment all at the same time. So again, this is our beast. It's called the EnviroCloth because it cleans everything. So just remember the beast and everything. E for everything. Okay, so I talked about how ineffective sanitizing is. So I want to watch a real short video that also highlights this point. If I can get the right clicker. We have so many remotes. Okay. And this is just going to show you, this is versus raw chicken on your counter, which is the nastiest thing you can get on your counters, as we all know.
Hello, I'm Lisa Lott, your Norwex Independent Sales Consultant, and I'm here to show you a little bit about how well Norwex cleans compared to common household cleaners. We're going to try our hands at cleaning out one of our kitchen's worst enemies, raw chicken. So, I'm going to rub this raw chicken on this surface here and get all those juices all over. Now you may be thinking, well, I can't really see that raw chicken juice that you're putting on there. How are we going to see if it's clean? Well, I have this product, which is a white powder that glows under a black light. This powder mimics the size and shape of bacteria and germs. It is used in nursing schools to teach medical professionals how to properly wash their hands. It's also used to test the effectiveness of cleaning products on surfaces. So that's what we're going to be using it for today. So, when we put this powder on our surfaces and we hit it with a black light, you see it lights up very bright. So we're going to see how well these 3 common cleaning products, these 2 common cleaning products and Norwex clean put against each other. So first I'm going to start with a common disinfectant wipe. These are wipes that I used to use all of the time. And I found actually that I was using these improperly. Because if you look at the instructions, it actually says you're supposed to keep this surface wet for 10 minutes in order for the product to be effective. I don't know anybody who uses them that way. I never used them that way. I don't have that kind of time to stand here and make sure that this stays wet for 10 minutes. This product I'm using right here is just a paper towel and regular white vinegar. This is a green cleaning product that a lot of people I know like to use instead of using chemical cleaners. And so we will see how well this does as well compared to our Norwex EnviroCloth and water. So Norwex removes up to 99.9% of bacteria from a surface using only water. What allows it to do that is its microfiber. I'm going to turn it to a clean side. Okay, so does Norwex and water work as effectively as chemical cleaners? Let's see what the black light says. Starting here with our disinfectant wipe, as you can see some of the stripes still on there. They're going in the opposite direction of the stripes on this tile. Now here with our paper towel and vinegar, you can still see more of the stripes. And then over here with the Norwex, you don't see any of that. You see back here, it left all of that stuff there. Norwex works because it effectively grabs on, lifts, and removes bacteria from the surface. I like to think of Norwex as the equivalent of trapping a spider in a jar and taking it out back, except instead of trapping a spider, you're trapping bacteria in your cloth and then rinsing it out when you launder it. Now you can see here on my cloth that I have quite a bit of that powder, but I want to show you here that this surface is clean, and I'm going to show you that Norwex does not cross-contaminate. So as I go and wipe this surface, none of that powder got back onto that surface. So if you would like to learn more about Norwex, how you can clean your entire home using these microfiber products, stay tuned and I'll tell you all about how Norwex.
Okay, so you saw that, and then what she didn't say in this is at the end of the day, when you rinsed it out and you do your par, then there you won't see any of that powder on there because it's gonna, as the cloth dries, it reactivates the silver, and again, they just can't live in that silver environment. So much more effective than anything that we've been using, which kind of just grosses me out when I think about all the, you know, I thought my kitchen was clean, but apparently it was not. So that's another reason that I'm just really excited about these, because you're really cleaning and sanitizing your house. So again, this is our beast, our everything. So if you got a beast, you gotta have a beauty, right? So this is the beauty. This is the window cloth. And this thing is amazing. How soft that is. And this one you use dry. So what you do when you have a window or a mirror or whatever, you're gonna clean it with your EnviroCloth first, leave it a little damp, and then you shine it with this. And I don't know if you're like me, but when I clean my window, it drives me crazy because I'll clean it, then I'll clean on the other side, and then I'm like, oh, you see some light. So you go back to this side, then you go back to the other side, and you spent 30 minutes cleaning this one window. I cleaned those windows, I cleaned that whole door in less than probably 5 minutes the other night. And it was clean. So we're gonna do another fun little demonstration. So Vaughn, I'm gonna let you have this roll of paper towels, because you're gonna need some, and just some basic window cleaner. And I'm gonna get you started, and then I'll clean the other end. And we're gonna be cleaning butter off of this door here, because everybody gets butter on their windows, right? But you know, butter's real greasy, and it's greasy. Often greasy messes are the hardest to get, right?
Just smeared.
Yeah. So we're just gonna smear some butter on our window. You can have that side, and that'll even make my side a little more buttery than your side. So you go ahead and get started, Lauren, and see.
Okay, here we go.
Uh-oh. Catholic on done. You just gotta smear it right on there. All that paper you're wasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
I went in there need to wash the bed.
Woo! There's no way that's coming.
So we have a sliding glass door and all our dogs and the pig,
All their little noses on it.
all noses. I could clean it every day. And it's 2 seconds later, everybody's at the door and it's starting again.
How you coming, Vaughn?
So she's on their way to
There's
the
no
paper.
way that's gonna come off of there.
Come on in, hurry up.
Anything else you need clean, you get a greasy spot, it just gets greasier and
Yeah,
greasier.
just, maybe.
Okay, well, Vaughn will keep working, and I'm gonna show you how much better way to do this. I put a lot of butter in there.
That's on our third piece of paper.
There ain't no way. This is. Just waste some paper towel.
I should have to go there and clean up your mess.
Okay, see how easy that was?
Yeah.
And I told you, you're gonna be cleaning less often and more effectively. When you clean with most regular cleaners, if you make that mistake of touching it, you get fingerprints all over the door or the mirror, whatever. This doesn't leave fingerprints because there's no residue left on that window or that mirror. So when you take all the residue off, that's what causes your fingerprints. A lot of people think it's like oils and stuff, but it's really the residue that's on the surface. Okay, well, I'll finish it up. We don't want to be here all night.
Just clean up my mess.
And then you just shine it up with your beauty, and you're all done.
So does the purple one
Ta-da!
do you wet it? You said you keep it
No,
dry.
you keep that dry, but you want to keep you want the surface wet with this because this is going to shine it,
Shines it, okay.
and it's going to take all the streaks out of it. So, did you ever think you could clean your windows that easily?
No.
I mean, it just amazes me. That just amazes me. So, you've got your
My
beauty,
goodness, if I can get them that clean.
you've got your bees, and you've got your beauty. So, now we're gonna talk about how do we get these clean. And I told you that at the end of the week, after you've done your par every night, and you have to, this has the tag and the back lock, so you have to do that as well and reactivate your silver. So at the end of the week, you just gather up all your cloths, including like your mop pads, whatever you have, and you're gonna wash them all in one load. And you're gonna wash it on hot. But what are we gonna wash them with? Well, as I said, you can't have anything that's got additives, fillers, chemicals of any kind, oils. And even though I am making my own laundry detergent, it's got essential oils in it. Well, that's not good for this. It's also got the Mule Team Borax, which is a harsh cleaner, and that's probably gonna hurt the cloth. So I washed up in my Norwex laundry detergent, which is super duper good. This is all natural. There is no fillers, there's no additives, there's no harsh chemicals, nothing. And there's a little thing, a little plastic scoop that comes with this, but when you get it, just throw it out and just get you a teaspoon. All you need to do to clean a normal size load of clothes is half of a teaspoon of this. This is half a teaspoon. Think about how much laundry detergent you use for a normal load. So this little package is gonna last you a very long time. Now, if you have a super large, super dirty load, you might use a whole teaspoon, but don't ever use more than a whole teaspoon.
Really?
The directions on the back of the package are like international directions. They're supposed to be coming out with a US package for the US only because our water quality is so much better than the water quality in most of the world. So because of the poor water quality in other places, that's why it says to use the amounts it does, but that doesn't work in the US. So get half a teaspoon is all you're gonna need. And this has no fillers, no dyes, no fragrances. So this is my version of the Tide Pod Challenge. It's like, what am I washing my clothes in? So, Tide Pod's pretty popular thing, right? So I dissolve one Tide Pod, which is what it takes for a normal load of laundry, and I just want you guys to look at all the gunk that one. I mean, that's just kind of nasty. So this is what you're washing your clothes in. And I know you do a rinse cycle. Do you think that gets all this chemical out of your clothing? No, so then you run into the dryer and now it's dried into your clothing. See, there's like floaty stuff in there. I don't even know what it is. And it's all gray and yucky. It looks dirtier, and this was clean water when I put it in there. So all of that stuff is on your skin, and then it gets into your system. So this is what the Norwex detergent looks like in water. It looks like water. So if you get the cloths and you've got some other kind of detergent that will keep water clear like that, it's fine to wash your clothes in. Otherwise, you really need to get the Norwex detergent because, see, it just looks like water.
Just clear water.
Isn't that amazing?
Clear water.
So there's nothing left on your clothes when you're done, and it gets it perfectly clean. And again, if you've got a pretty heavy, large soil load, you want to use a whole teaspoon, but that's all you need. So we've got our Beauty and our Beast, we've got our laundry detergent, and then we've got our cleaning paste. And so the cleaning paste you use with the EnviroCloth when you've got something that's like burnt on or stuck on, so if it's like something that just really you can't get up, you use a cleaning paste. Now you don't want to use it on a surface like stainless steel because it'll scratch it. But anything, I used on my granite, I used it on my stone floors.
What about your ceramic, glass tabletop, your stovetops?
Yeah, I used it on my
Something's stuck on all the
stone.
time.
Yeah,
It's hard to
'cause that's-
scour and all that.
and I
That's a hard
I had a
part.
sticky, those little fly strips the clear fly strips, there was residue on that window, and I used it on that and it didn't scratch that. So if you question it, you might just try a little bit and see how it works. But again, this has no chemicals, no additives, no fillers. It's perfectly great for the environment. And you just use such a small amount that this little thing will last you forever because I've had this for almost a month now, and you can't even, I've used it, but you can't really tell that I've used it. So this stuff is great. So we've got our Beauty, our Beast, we've got know how to clean them, we know how to clean hard things to get. The fifth thing that you need to get started is this super wonderful dusting mitt.
Oh, yeah.
This thing is fantastic. It fits on your hand, so when you're dusting, you can get all around and you can pick something up and get all over it. It's so soft. And you can use this one wet or dry. This one's wet or dry. And it just picks up so much.
Is there one way that works better?
It just kind of depends on how, because we had some stuff that was really kind of yucky dusty. And so if it's not getting it off
If it's
wet,
loose, it's good to dry.
Yeah.
But if it's stuck on, like been there a while.
yeah. So what's the thing you hate most about dusting?
It all settled right back down.
It all settles right back down there. 2 days later, it looks like you haven't even dusted,
Yes.
right? So I got my package about 3 or 4 days before my son's 15th birthday, and his entire class of 26 was coming over here for a party. So we were frantically cleaning, I'm telling you. But I got my stuff in, so I knew I was really cleaning effectively and cleaning good. Well, I haven't dusted either this or this since that party. So, but like I said, you've got so many nooks and crannies here, and you wick away that, and then when you're, like if you're gonna dust a whole lot, if it gets a lot of stuff on there, you just kind of wipe it off like that into the trash. And then at the end of the day, you wash it in your hot water, you reactivate it, and you're ready to go again for the next day. So I haven't dusted in here, and I purposely didn't dust because I want to show you guys. So I'm gonna dust this whole top. Because again, you're getting the dust out of the environment, and you're taking it out of your system, so it's not just coming back down. So, and I'm not getting everything, I know, but I just want to show you guys. Just think, so it's been 2.5 weeks since the
Yeah.
11th, well, and it was actually probably the Wednesday before, the 11th was on a Saturday. So, do you see any dust on there? If you hadn't dusted in your house for 2.5 weeks, do you think there'd be some dust on there?
Yeah, you think, yeah. Well, the next
So-
day.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was just blown away when I saw that because that's the reason I don't dust. It just comes back, you know? And they also say, you know, that dust is like human particles. I might be wiping up a relative. You don't know. But anyway, that's what I just love about these cloths. I mean, you
And y'all
can't.
told us about blinds too, Sabrena.
Uh-huh.
The blinds.
Oh yeah, it's great on blinds. You can just, you know, just wipe it all over the surface and
Those are my worst nightmares.
yeah, and you can like open the blinds and go in between them like that, and you're hitting the top and the bottom. You can put it on either. Some people get 2 mitts, so they have one on each hand when they're dusting, which makes it really good.
Oh.
So, I mean, these things are great. Because I can't think of any place I've ever lived that I could not dust for almost 3 weeks and there's nothing. I mean, there may be a little bit on there, but you can't see it, you know. So you're not gonna have to dust as often. And you're really gonna be getting the dust because you're getting all that dirt out of your house. You're not just floating it up in the air so it comes right back down again. So the air that you breathe is gonna be cleaner, right? So these 5 things right here are all that you need to get started on. I'm going to show you a couple other things just because they're really neat. And again, they just kind of highlight how much easier it is to clean. So you guys have noticed this has been here the whole time, right? Not once did my mop fall over. Do you have a problem when you stand your stuff up and it just falls over and keeps falling over? Hasn't fallen over once. It's this great little rubber ball. It just kind of glues itself there and it doesn't fall over. The other great thing about this is it's a telescoping handle. And what I did not know is that when you sweep or when you mop, your mop handle should be at your chin level. Because that way you're doing this instead of this and breaking your back. And I don't know about y'all, but once you get 55, your back doesn't hold up very well. My knees don't hold
That's
up.
why it hurts when you vacuum. That's why
Yeah.
people like to vacuum.
Yeah, because you're
Push
hunched
it
over.
over, yeah.
So you're just, they say the best way to do it is to do it like in a figure 8. So that you're kind of scooping it all up and getting it all out. And we did sweep and mop in here. So, but you're really getting the stuff out. So you sweep, 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 and then you go over and just like with your dust mitt, you're gonna do, rake it all off into the trash and then keep on sweeping. The other great thing about this is because it telescopes. And it will go completely under and do underneath your couches and your chairs and all of that. So it's a much more effective system. Now, if you have a lot of dogs and cats, you're probably still gonna have a clump of hair that you're gonna have to like sweep up, but you're still gonna get it all out and it's so much more effective than anything I've ever seen in my life. And the other good thing about this is it overlaps a little bit. So you can put this all the way over to this edge and then do this up, and then as you go along the baseboard, you're sweeping and cleaning your baseboards at the same time. So it's really effective that way. You just have to move that all the way over to the edge, and then you can go, after you finish sweeping in the middle of the room, you can go around the edges and do your baseboards and stuff. So this is the dry mop system. So this is what takes place in your broom. But it's a much more effective broom than anything you probably ever used before. And again, it's got the back lock, so at the end of the day, you're gonna have to power wash this just like you do everything else. And then,
How easy is it to get the dust and stuff off, like to rake it off?
it's pretty easy. The other, but we do have, and I don't have one yet. I'm hoping to earn one if I hit my next goal, but they've got this really cool, it's a rubber brush, and you just run it along and it gets it all off. The thing, I can't wait to get the rubber brush because I don't want to let dust on my hands. But the good thing is, if your hands get a little dusty, you just wipe them on your EnviroCloth and you've cleaned and disinfected at the same time. So, I'll show you the mop gun. And it's super duper, because I've had other kinds of these, and half the time your pad comes off because it doesn't clean very well. It grips really, really well. So this is your blue, your mop pad, and you use this wet. So, but you're getting the dirt off and into the cloth and then rinsing it off. When it gets full, you rinse it off until the water runs clean, you use it again. That was what I hated about mopping, is because the mop water was always so nasty. I mean, and you're not gonna change your mop water every time you rinse your mop out. Nobody does that. So you're really just mopping your floor with dirty water. I know even when I was in high school, I worked at McDonald's and they made us change the water every time it got real dirty. But I mean, still, that's just dirty, greasy water you're getting all over your floor. So this really gets the dirt off and out. And again, you won't be sweeping and mopping as often because you're getting rid of the dirt instead of moving it around. So that's what I really love about that. Okay, a couple other things I want to show you that are really neat. It's because if you're into like all organic, you've heard about all the yucky stuff that's on your fruits and vegetables when you buy them. So this is the vegetable cloth, and it's
got a little
rough on one side and smooth on the other. So you clean this off, and that gets all the debris and chemicals, pesticides off, and then you can polish it with the other side. So I really like that one. Yeah. So this one's really good for like cleaning your fruit before you eat it. You know, they say you need to clean your lemons well before you put lemon in your water because of all the icky that's on them. And I've seen some movies about how food is processed and organic's the way to go. This is your bathroom mitt, and this is really neat. If you can kind of see, there's a split right here, so you can put it your fingers, and you can clean your bathtub and this side, again, it's the bath lock. This side is rough, so that it gets that soap scum off. I had the shower door in my guest bathroom had not been cleaned effectively in a while, and it had soap scum on both sides. So I cleaned it with this, and this usually is wet, and then I kind of polished it again with this, and then I did I used my window cloth, and it was sparkly shining, and I didn't use any chemicals, I didn't use anything. Now, if you've got something that is really like calcified, they do have a descaler, but again, we have some products, but not anywhere compared to what like you used to use. But they're only for like the really, really tough stuff, so you don't use those very often because your house is cleaner now. And you have to clean less often, so you don't really, unless you've got a really tough tackle problem, most of the products that we have, you're not really gonna need. So this will clean your whole bathroom, but again, you can use your fire cloth to clean all around your toilets. This was mostly for the tub, is the bathroom mitt, because that's where your kind of hard water stains are more often is in the bathroom, in the bathtub or the shower. So this one's really neat. The one, and I talked about earlier, if you buy at least $50 worth tonight or before June 2nd, that's when my deadline is, for my next goal, you get a free body cloth. And I love these body cloths. I mean, I've tried different cosmetics things, and I don't.
Is this like the magic cloth? for
Yeah.
your face?
Yes,
I have one of those.
Oh,
yeah,
I like it.
I love it. My
But I don't have
skin,
this.
there's a face cloth. You're
Yeah,
thinking
like the magic, it's called magic cloth
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
that's the face cloth. I like the body cloth better just because it's
Same
bigger.
concept though, right?
Yeah, same concept, and it's the back cloth, so it's got the little tag on it, and you can wash your whole body with this and not use soap. I don't want to gross y'all out, but I haven't used soap on my body in almost a whole month now, and I haven't ran anybody out of church. I haven't ran anybody out of school. You know how stressful the end of school is, right? So before I got my products, for like a week or so, my face was really broken out because I was under a lot of stress at school, and I found out that I'm not going to be full-time next year, and I'm worried about that. And my face is completely cleared up just using this in water. So what I do with this one though, is I wash my face at night, and then I wash off everywhere in the morning, and then I do my par in the morning. And that way I'm clean and fresh going out into the world. And I just love it. And the other thing that's really cool about this, which may gross Mike out, that when you wash with this, because this side, the softer side is more of a, you're more exfoliating with that, but you can wash with either side. When you're in the bathtub and you're shaving, if you do like this, it really gets all that dead skin off your legs. I can shave without soap or anything. I don't use anything to shave my legs because you've got it all exfoliated, so there's nothing for the razor to catch on. I have not cut my legs one time since I've been shaving using just this body cloth.
I need to try.
So, then the other thing that Vaughn and Mike really like. This is our home.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love
So
those.
try to clean your glasses with that. And you just have to use the cloth. You don't have to use any kind of chemical.
I heard David say it's the best thing in the world to clean his
Yeah.
glasses.
Oh my. Yeah.
I have terrible time keeping my
Mike's
glasses
nurse tried mine today.
She's gonna get some too.
She had a fit.
You gonna
She
clean yours?
loved it.
Yeah, mine-
Yeah, it does make a difference. Or
It
really clear
does.
now.
Yeah.
It does.
And
she
so it's
says,
cleaning
"Now,
and it's polishing
I
at
can
the same time.
see."
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course, Kelly's
You can try it on
lucky.
my for 3 years. They're kind of gross because they've been on top of my
Because
head.
Kelly's lucky. She don't have to wear
I have to go put my new bifocals
Well,
on
I
tomorrow.
started with the readers. The kids make fun of me this year. They're like, Miss Kelly, I said, I can't see those algebra numbers. I don't know if that's a.
So just take a look through that. And it's,
Oh, yeah.
so these are really great. And it comes, this is kind of the men's version with the little carabiner so they can clip it to their whatever.
Yeah. They're so
But they come in just a little, and they come in a travel pack too. We've got a little travel pack of cloths you can get for your car that's got a window cloth. Cause you know how hard it is to clean your windows.
I was thinking about my car earlier when you were
Yeah.
talking about it. I was like, man, that's the thing I cannot ever, it's smeared all the time,
Does
24
it come with that little hook on it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
You know, I can't ever find mine in my purse when I
I'll show you
If you
the
have-
other
It
one.
hurts. You have it on the inside.
Yeah, just
That was
put it
the
on
first
thing.
thing we got on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So again, I've shown you some really neat extras. But if you're just wanting to get started on it, like I said, it's this basic 5. It's called our Safe Haven 5 because you're making your house a safe haven for your family, for you, for your pets. And you're making the world a safer haven because you're not putting all those chemicals. Well, and you know, you think you wash out all your chemicals, that goes into your water. Your water goes to the treatment plant. I'm sure not all of that stuff gets out of it.
Sure, yeah.
You know, you have to think about all of those things that all those chemicals you're taking out of your house. So again, I've got 2 of the body cloths tonight, and I've got more on the way. So again, anybody that helps me reach my goal, and I'm almost there, I'm just gonna get, so if you spend at least $50, or if you wanna host a party. And hosting a party is fun too. I hope you guys have had fun tonight.
Yeah.
And it was very simple and easy to do. Anybody that wants to host a party, I always tell them, keep it very simple. You don't want,
Yeah.
even
don't
if
wanna
you
do
are a
lot.
cordon bleu chef, you don't want to make a 5-course meal and the people that invite, there's no way I can do that. So we just kept it real simple. Sandwiches, veggies, chips, and everybody had a great time.
Mhm.
So I hope you guys are excited about this as I am. So there's all different kinds of packages. I'm going to hand out my catalogs, and your order form is going to be where the packages are, and it's got the Safe Haven 5 there. There's some different kind of packages. And another special I'm going to run for you tonight is our shipping prices are based on how much stuff you buy. $6.95 is the lowest, $7.95 is what it costs to do the Safe Haven 5. Whatever you get tonight, if it's $6.95, that's fine. I'm not going to charge you more than $7.95 in shipping if you order. Even if it's $14, I'll take that off of what I get as a consultant. But hosting a party is fun. I had fun tonight. I hope you did too. And so I'm going to pass these out. If you have any questions, then just let me know, and we'll get your order processed and get your stuff on its way. The shipping is really quick, especially if you have it shipped to a home address and not a P.O. box. P.O. boxes are slower because
Yeah,
the US
they
mail
are.
is slower than UPS. Sorry, US mail.
'Cause,
Yeah,
yeah,
Barbara should have got hers
Barbara
today.
and we ordered the same
Yeah.
time, and I got mine next